You wake up with blood in your mouth and a stranger screaming through broken glass. For a few seconds, you don't know where you are. Then you see the steering wheel pressed into your chest, the airbag hanging loose, the windshield folded in, headlights pointing the wrong way. Someone outside keeps yelling, "Why didn't you brake?" You try to answer, but you cannot remember driving here. You remember the road, you remember the rain, you remember blinking. Then there's a clean black hole where that last 15 seconds of your life should be. The police ask if you fell asleep. The doctors ask if you had a seizure. Your family asks if you were drinking. You tell all of them no, because that is the truth. But it's not the whole truth. The whole truth is this: something entered your body while you were awake, and when you came back, your car was wrapped around another man's headlights. The other driver survives. You survive. 3 cracked ribs, stitches in your face, one eye purple for 11 days. Nobody dies, so everyone calls you lucky. You try to believe them. You go home from the hospital with painkillers, a neck brace, and a folder full of accident forms. You give everyone the same explanation: I blacked out. It sounds medical enough. It sounds normal enough. It sounds like something that can happen to anyone. For a few days, you try to move on. You sleep badly. You replay the accident in your head until the headache starts. The report says you crossed the center line without braking. No skid marks, no attempt to correct, nothing. The doctor says trauma can affect memory. Your family says you should be grateful, so you try. That's when you start seeing things. On the way home, you stop at a petrol station. There's a woman in front of you buying milk, bread, and a little packet of birthday candles. Normal woman, work shoes, a gold cross around her neck. She smiles at the cashier and says, "God bless you." Then something moves behind her. A shape, tall, bent, too close to her back. Its mouth near her ear, but she doesn't notice. You drop your keys. The woman turns. For a half second, the thing behind her turns too. It sees you. Your chest locks. Your hands go cold. The woman walks out like nothing happened. You stay in the aisle until the cashier asks if you're okay. After that, you start seeing them everywhere. Not all the time, not everyone, but enough. A man at the bank with something curled around his shoulders like smoke. A teenage girl on the bus with black fingerprints around her throat. A nurse outside the hospital laughing on the phone while something small crawls under the skin of her arm. Some look attacked, some look drained. Then you see a man in a suit laughing outside a church while the thing beside him laughs at the same time. At first, you think the gift only shows victims. People being chased, people being weakened, people with doors open inside them. Then you start seeing the ones who open the doors on purpose. They are not how you imagined. They're not dressed in black. They're not hiding in abandoned houses. They're not chanting under a full moon like idiots in movies. The worst ones look clean. A businessman kissing his children goodbye before work. A woman at church with perfect hair and expensive perfume. A man who posts Bible verses every morning, then pays someone every Friday to make his competitors sick. A mother who talks about God with tears in her eyes, then keeps another woman's name buried in a jar behind her house. A pastor's friend who hugs everyone after service, but has something old wrapped around his shoulders like a second skin. That is when the gift becomes harder to ignore. They don't think they are serving darkness. They think they are using it. For money, for love, for revenge, for a promotion, for a man who left, for a woman who said no, for a business that needs to fail so theirs can grow. They call it energy. They call it justice. They call it protection. They call it getting back what belongs to them. But you can see what stands behind them when they say it. And it is never working for free. You try to ignore the gift for months. You avoid eye contact. You stop visiting one friend because his new girlfriend smiles too long and never blinks when you pray before food. You tell yourself it's trauma, a brain after impact, a body after shock. Then you see the boy. You're at a pharmacy waiting for your prescription. The boy is maybe 16, skinny, school uniform. His pupils are too wide for the light. Something is standing inside him. His mother is beside him, holding a paper bag of medication with both hands. The boy smiles, then he says the name of the other driver from the crash. Your stomach drops. The lights above the aisle begin to flicker. The mother turns to him. "Lucas?" He keeps looking at you. The thing inside him smiles wider. Fear moves through you. The boy's head tilts, like he smelled it. That is how you learn the first rule. Fear opens the door from your side. The boy starts walking towards you. His mother grabs his arm. He throws her backwards into a shelf without looking. Bottles hit the floor. People scream. You should run. Everything in you says run. Instead, something rises from your chest. Not courage, not confidence, pressure. A language comes out of your mouth. You do not choose them. They are hard sounds, sharp sounds, commands. The boy stops. His smile disappears. For the first time, the thing inside him looks afraid. You speak again, louder. The pharmacy doors burst open. Cold air rushes in. The boy drops to the floor like the strings have been cut. His mother crawls to him, sobbing. People call an ambulance. A woman keeps asking what you did. You don't answer, because you don't know. That night, the boy's mother finds you. You have no idea how. She is standing outside your apartment building with swollen eyes and a plastic bag full of cash. She says Lucas slept for the first time in 10 days. She says the hospital cannot explain it. She says she knows what she saw. You tell her you can't help her. She says you already did. Then she tells you something else. 3 weeks before Lucas changed, her sister took him to a woman who worked with spirits. Just a blessing, just protection, just something to help him focus at school and stop being so angry. There was a candle, there was oil, there was a photo. There was a bowl under the table she was not supposed to see. Inside the bowl was blood. That is how you start learning. Not from books, not from priests, from families who arrive after the damage is already done. A wife whose husband paid someone to bind another woman to him, then started waking up with bite marks inside his mouth. A shop owner who buried a packet under a competitor's doorway, then watched his own son stop speaking. A woman who wanted her ex back so badly, she gave a stranger his shirt, his hair, and the name of his new girlfriend. They all say the same thing. They did not know it was serious. They did not know it would go that far. They did not know something would come to collect. But they knew enough to hide it. Possession does not start with screaming. It starts with permission. A name, a photo, a prayer mixed with hatred, a little blood in a bowl. Some cases are light. You can feel them. Low things, hungry things. They cling to fear, lust, addiction, rage. They are loud, messy, animal. You command them and they leave. Not easily, but they leave. Then there are others, older, smarter. They don't scream. They negotiate. They wait. They know scripture better than the people quoting it. They know the weak part of a person before the person knows it themselves. You learn the word hierarchy, principalities, powers, things that do not just attack individuals. They sit over houses, families, businesses, cities, bloodlines. You never asked to see the world this way, but once you see it, normal life does not take you back. You used to think black magic was something desperate people believed in because life was unfair. Now you know desperate people are only half the story. The other half are ambitious people, clean people, respected people, people with titles, people with beautiful homes and religious language and locked rooms nobody's allowed to enter. They don't want healing, they want results, and they are willing to pay whatever answers. This is how you meet the woman in the White House. She's not the victim. That is clear the moment she opens the door. The house is perfect. White walls, fresh flowers, family photos, Bible on the coffee table, everything clean enough to make you uncomfortable. Her husband is upstairs, she says. He has been different, angry, paranoid, talking to himself. She wants you to pray for him. You look at her and see nothing at first. Then she smiles. And behind her, the room bends. Something huge is standing over the house, not inside it, over it, like a dark crown. Your knees almost weaken. The woman sees your face. For 1 second, she knows that you know. Then she becomes polite again. She offers tea. You ask what she did. She says she does not understand. You ask again. The flowers on the table begin to rot, fast. Her smile stays in place. She says her husband wanted to leave. There was another woman. There was money involved. There were properties, children, a reputation. She says she visited someone, just once, then twice, then more. She says it was only to bring him back, then only to keep him, then only to punish the other woman. You ask about the sacrifice. Her face changes. There it is. The room goes quiet. Upstairs, something drags a piece of furniture across the floor. The woman whispers, "It was already dying." You feel sick. You do not ask what. You do not need to. Blood sacrifice feels different. The air has weight. The walls feel claimed, like the house no longer belongs to the people living in it. You go upstairs. The husband is sitting on the bedroom floor, thin, unshaved, wrists tied with bed sheets. But he is not the problem. He is barely even there. The thing behind him fills the corner of the room, tall enough to bend under the ceiling, still enough to be royal. No thorns, no monster face, just presence, authority, and a hatred so calm it feels intelligent. You almost run, then it speaks. Not through the husband, through the house. Every window, every pipe, every beam, it says your name. Not the name people use now, the name written on your first hospital bracelet after the crash, the name no one in this house could know. The woman downstairs starts praying loudly. The demon laughs. The husband looks at you and whispers, "Please." This is what keeps you in the room. Not bravery, not faith. A man who has been turned into payment asking to be human again. You begin the command language. The house reacts immediately. Doors slam, glass cracks. The woman downstairs screams for you to stop. The thing does not scream. That scares you. Lower things rage when challenged. This one listens, measures, learns. You speak again. The husband's body folds forward. Blood runs from his nose. The black shape behind him pulls tighter, like a hand closing around the room. Your fear rises. It feels enormous. The thing leans toward it, toward you. You understand the game. It does not need to beat you. It needs you afraid. You force your voice steady. You command it to release what was taken by blood in the name of Jesus. For the first time, the thing moves back. The husband collapses. The room opens. Pressure breaks. Downstairs, the woman starts choking. You run down and find her on the floor, clawing at her throat. There is no one touching her, but something is collecting. You do not help her first. That is the hardest thing. You go to the back door. You open it. You command what entered by sacrifice to leave by judgment in the name of Jesus. The house goes silent. Then every light explodes. When you wake up, police are in the house. The husband is alive. The woman is alive. Barely. She doesn't look at you. The official report says gas leak, panic episode, electrical fault. People love reports because reports make the world small again. But you know, it's not over. That night, the presence follows you home. At first, it's only pressure. The feeling of someone standing behind you in an empty room. Then shadows pass across your bedroom wall. Fast. Too fast. You wake every night at 3:17. Same minute, no alarm, no sound. Just your body sitting up before your mind arrives. Then the dreams start. Your mother dead in the kitchen. Your brother calling from inside the crashed car. People you love hanging from trees with their faces turned away. You wake up sweating and ashamed because part of you is afraid to sleep. Then the thoughts begin. Soft thoughts, inserted thoughts. They do not feel like emotion. They feel placed. You should disappear. Nobody needs you. This is too much. End it. The first time it happens, you cry in the shower because you understand how close it is. Not close to your house, close to your mind. You remember the pharmacy. Fear is access. So it gives you fear. Then it waits by the door, fear opens. Your life starts breaking. Your car fails. Your bank account is frozen by mistake. A friend accuses you of something you did not say. Work dries up. People stop answering. A pipe bursts in your apartment. Your phone cracks in your hand. Small things, then bigger. Isolation is part of the attack. So is confusion. So is humiliation. The demon does not just haunt rooms. It pressures systems. Money, sleep, reputation, relationships. It makes the world feel unsafe, then asks you to be afraid of it. And some nights, you almost are. That is the worst truth. You can see demons. You can command them. You can expel things in the name of Jesus that make grown men crawl under tables. But you are still human. Your hands still shake. Your stomach still turns. Your mind still breaks when it is tired enough. One night, the room turns colder than you have ever felt. The walls darken, not lights going out, darkness arriving. The thing stands at the foot of your bed, bigger now, or maybe you are seeing more of it. It speaks without sound. You feel the words inside your chest. You are not enough. And for 1 second, you believe it. That is when it comes forward. The air folds, your body locks. You feel the same pressure from the car, the same removal, the same hand reaching for the place inside you where decisions are made. You are about to lose your body again. This time, you know what's happening. You cannot fight it with technique. You cannot beat hierarchy with confidence. You cannot command what is above you with pride. So you do the thing you should have done first. You call God. You call Jesus. You're on the floor, bleeding from the nose, barely breathing. You say, "Help me." That's all. The demon stops. Everything stops. The walls, the air, the pressure inside your bones. For the first time since the accident, the thing is not looking at you. It's looking behind you. You turn your head. There's fire in the room. Fire holding the shape of a person. No face you can understand. No wings like paintings. No soft light. This is not comfort. This is authority. In its hand is a sword, not metal, fire with an edge. The demon moves back, not scared like lower things, offended. Then the angel steps forward. The room cracks with light. The demon opens its mouth and every voice it stole comes out at once. The woman from the White House, the boy from the pharmacy, your brother, your own voice from the crash. The angel raises the sword. The demon tries to enter you again. Too late. The blade comes down. There's no explosion, no dramatic scream, just a cut through the dark. Clean, final. The pressure vanishes. You wake up at sunrise on the floor. Your window's open. Your room smells like smoke and rain. For a long time, you don't move. Then your phone rings. Unknown number. You answer. A voice changer. The 15 seconds. Then it plays the recording. Your car, your breathing, rain on the windshield. Then your own voice. Calm, awake. The person who cursed me is in the road. Then impact. The call ends. Now you know why you crashed. You were not supposed to survive long enough to remember who was standing there.